by the Thames Valley Police. The charges: suspicion of misconduct in public office. It all started with the Epstein files. Emails show him forwarding information such as official visit reports packed with sensitive commercial and political information with Epstein, breaching security laws. Andrew's association with Epstein dates back to the 1990s, with frequent trips to Epstein's infamous property. In 2022, amid the fallout of his sex crime suit, Queen Elizabeth stripped Andrew of his military titles and patronages. By 2025, he was stripped of his royal titles entirely. However, the rot spreads far beyond the gates of the palaces. Peter Mandelson, Starmer's pick for ambassador to the US, has shaken the Labour government to the core. Emails revealed that Mandelson leaked crisis-era secrets as business secretary to Epstein, including the Euro bailouts in 2010 and plans for 20 billion in asset sales in 2009, among others. Mandelson was first sacked in September of 2025 and then asked to quit from the party and the House of Lords earlier this month.
I regret making the decision to have appointed him in the first place. Had I known at the time what I know now or knew in September, I'd have never done it. And that's why today I've apologised for the fact that I appointed him in the first place and I believed his lies.
The Epstein saga is far from over. Britain watches in horror, waiting and wondering who's next.
All right, former Prince Epstein's connection. Let's now tell you about former Prince Andrew's connection with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. So now, in late 1990s, Epstein and Andrew frequently were seen in high-profile parties. Then, in 1999, Andrew visited Epstein's private island, Little St. James. In 2001 then, Epstein victim Virginia Joffrey accused the former Prince Andrew of sexual abuse. In 2002, Andrew reportedly gave Epstein tour of Buckingham Palace. In July 2006 then, Epstein attended a high-profile masked ball at Windsor Castle. In 2019, Andrew admitted that he first met Epstein in 1999. Let's now tell you more about how Epstein is on the West and all the people who have come under this. Number one, Bill Clinton, the former US president. Then we have Stephen Hawking, renowned physicist, and Donald Trump, the US president. Apart from them, we also have Bill Gates, co-founder Microsoft, Michael Jackson, singer, and Elvis Presley, who is again a singer. We also have Kevin Spacey, who is an actor, Elon Musk, founder Tesla and SpaceX. Then we have Sergey Brin, co-founder Google. There's more to this list. Casey Weserman, CEO, Weserman Media Group. And that's the next page. We're talking about Casey Weserman, who is also on Epstein on the West. Well, these are all the people who have come under the radar as the Epstein files fallout continues to haunt the West. Let's tell you more about this. Once dubbed as Randy Andy, Prince Andrew, the ex-Prince Andrew, has been arrested, facing renewed scrutiny over his ties to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Our next report giving you a timeline of the former Duke of York's fall from royal privilege to public disgrace, marking an unprecedented low for the British monarchy. Take a look. The former Duke of York has been arrested on suspicion of misconduct in public office and also amid renewed scrutiny over his links to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The arrest marks the most legal escalation in a scandal that has shadowed the British family for years. Known as Andy Randy, a nickname coined by the British press due to his reputation as a young bachelor, Prince Andrew's fall from grace has reached an extraordinary new low as he becomes the first member of the UK royal family to be arrested. In the 1990s, the former prince developed close ties with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein and was introduced to Epstein's close circles and frequented Epstein's high-profile parties. However, despite Epstein being convicted in 2008, Andrew was photographed with Epstein in 2010. At that time, there was little immediate consequence, but the optics resurfaced years later. In 2015, Virginia Jeffrey formally accused Prince Andrew of sexual assault in a 2015 sworn affidavit, alleging that she was trafficked to him by Jeffrey Epstein in the early 2000s when she was only 17. However, Andrew publicly denied the allegation, and the Buckingham Palace also issued strong denials on his behalf. This is not the first time that Prince Andrew has been a source of embarrassment for the monarchy. There's more. In a television interview in 2019, Prince Andrew vehemently defended his friendship with Epstein and failed to express any sympathy for his victims, further humiliating the family. Days after the interview, Andrew announced that he would step back from public duties for the foreseeable future. The Buckingham Palace announced that Andrew will suspend all public duties and was removed from patronage for over 230 charities. Andrew was also stripped of his military and his Royal Highness titles in 2022. Queen Elizabeth II removed Andrew's honorary military roles and royal patronages. However, he retained his status as a prince and the Duke of York. Weeks later, Andrew reached an out-of-court settlement with Jeffrey without admitting liability. The case ended, but the damage did not. Because in 2025, there were reports that emerged which said that Andrew sent Epstein Christmas cards in 2011, which clearly contradicted his earlier claims of no contact after 2010. In 2015, King Charles III formally stripped Andrew of all royal titles, including Prince and his Royal Highness. This stern action followed months of mounting scrutiny over Andrew's ties to Epstein. And with the latest arrest, Andrew's legal and reputational troubles have entered a new phase.